What's up, diners? This is Saine, and welcome to Omakase Sessions. Today we have Erin Russell, who is a food writer for Austin Eater. Now, Eater is one of my favorite blogs to follow. I always refer to them anytime I need food recommendations. Today we're going to talk about all things Austin, food, balancing, writing, tech, also being a mother, and we're going to end off with some Michelin predictions. So here we go. All right. Well, Erin, thank you for joining us and being a part of the show. So let's get straight into it. Now, you are a editor. You're a writer. Well, you're also you've worked for Eater as a freelancer, and that's a big one for me because Eater's huge for me.
Yeah, well, that's good because we wrote about you.
You did. You did that actually.
I did personally, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what else are you doing?
Sure. So even when I was at Eater, that was only my part-time job. I also have a full-time job that's like basically writing for tech. So it's called content marketing. But yeah, so I was the associate editor for Eater Austin for 6 years. I left because I had a child, and having two jobs and a child is kind of too much work. And I started just kind of freelancing. So I still freelance for Eater Austin, but I've also written for like Edible Austin. I did a project for Food and Wine. So just kind of generally, wherever I can find interesting stories, I will write for them.
Okay. Now, was tech your first choice, or was writing your first choice?
My job in tech is writing. So so it's just more marketing writing as opposed to, kind of editorial writing. And I like both of them for different reasons. And I think that they'll help inform each other. So I'm a better writer.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So then you are working, it's like two jobs that you're doing?
I have a full-time job and then I freelance.
And you have a child.
Yes. Yeah.
We are definitely going to get into that. So you have a full-time job, you are a food writer, and you also are raising a baby.
Yes. Well, he's a toddler now. He's 2.5.
Toddler.
Yeah.
Oh,
and also what's exciting is my full-time job. So I've been working in tech for a while, but my full-time job right now is actually at a company that makes software for restaurants. So it's like I get to talk about restaurants all day long. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got to hear about that later then.
Yeah.
But when does a baby become a toddler?
Kind of when they can start toddling around. So when they walk. Yeah.
I did not even know that is where it came from.
It's from I think maybe a year, 15 months-ish to 3-4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So your mother, Angelique, is a mother, and
you're a good uncle. Right?
I'm an uncle, but I don't know these things, so it's really fun to learn.
It's always funny to see where the knowledge gaps are between people who do it and the fun uncle.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what we're in store for. Now, I do have some food for you, so we're going to learn about you. We're going to talk food. We're going to talk everything that we kind of feel like. But I'm going to make you some food. We're going to jump straight into our session with Angelique. It's going to be called 5 Bites, 5 Questions. She's going to go ahead and pop in and ask you 5 questions just about food or anything, and we'll see what we can get out of it.
Okay.
So
exciting.
with that, we're going to jump into it.
Switch.
We're going to do a switch.
Switcheroo.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
If someone had just one day to eat their way through Austin, what's your ultimate food crawl, start to finish?
Oh gosh. Okay. So we have actually written about this for Eater Austin. I think we have a 24 hours in Austin situation. But that is insanely optimistic for your stomach capacity, I will just say. So yes, that exists on Eater Austin. But my personal, what I would advise someone to do, and I hate to be a lawyer, but it depends on what day, it depends on what's open.
Sure.
I think I would do, let's see. Where would I go for breakfast? I would go to Epicerie for breakfast.
Okay.
I would have some of their pastries and their coffee. Or if I was, another good option for that is Better Half. Just go there, get some coffee, get a breakfast sandwich. The breakfast sandwich is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And then for lunch, I would do all day pizza. I love their
Oh,
pizza.
nice.
It's so
Pizza
good.
for lunch. I love that.
Yeah, I lived in Italy for a while, so I can eat pizza for up to 5 meals in a row and be totally good.
I saw that it said you lived in Milan.
Yes,
Is
I
there,
did.
I don't know if you say
Milano.
Milanese. Is there a certain kind of pizza style that they have there?
No. No, in like most other parts of Italy, yes, but I think
Okay.
Milan, not so much.
Okay.
And then for dinner, I would probably, I mean, because I'm a little fancy, I would say
Very
either
fancy.
birdies or Erin Rye.
Oh, birdies come up
I love
twice.
birdies, yeah.
What should we order there?
They're pastas.
Okay.
Yeah, they like hand make all their pastas in house, and well, so it is a set
Do
menu
they use
now.
a certain semolina flour or something?
Probably,
That's-
yeah. But it's a set menu now, so you go there and they just kind of serve you all the things, and it's amazing. But I will say, if somebody's coming in from out of town, I probably should have recommended a Tex-Mex restaurant somewhere.
That's true.
So
They're
like
expecting
honestly,
that.
I love like if you want to do like a lunch or dinner sub there. I love Chewy's. Like I know that's like a chain now,
Yeah.
but their fajitas are so legit. Like 100%. Yeah.
I get that. When I first moved to Austin, that was like 13 years ago, that was the very first restaurant I went to because our house where we were staying was just right by the water.
Yeah.
So should we start with this?
Yeah.
Saine?
Do we eat this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. This is king salmon for you all.
Ooh. Where's it
you.
from?
It's coming from New Zealand.
I have been to New Zealand before. I think that was my favorite vacation I've ever been on in my life.
Ready for the next question?
yeah, sure. Let's go.
Okay. What's a local spot or chef you think deserves way more love, and why hasn't the city caught on yet?
Is this where I'm supposed to say Toshokan? Okay, this is gonna sound super random. I think when people come here from out of town, a lot of the times they're asking me, where can I go that's downtown? And I think there is so much amazing food outside of downtown.
Agreed.
So like, I think just kind of generally, like if you're coming into Austin, I would recommend renting a car, like renting an Uber or whatever, and kind of getting out of the city a little bit. Like, I live in North Loop. Literally part of the reason I moved there was because Foreign and Domestic with Sarah Hurd and Nathan Lemley is right down the street. And I just love everything they do. And like, it's so close to me. I think that's amazing. But I will say they probably get a lot of love. However, to completely contradict what I just said, I went to a tasting at Arriba Abajo, which is the restaurant that used to be Wax Myrtles that's in the Thompson Hotel.
Okay.
And the meal that we had there, they like shifted to do kind of like Oaxacan-y food. And they were
What's
talking
Oaxacan food?
Oaxacan, like I think it was like we had some. Like I remember we had like a steak taco situation that was just like so good. But he was talking about how he like sources all his vegetables from like down the street at like this farm, and like that was something that I didn't think that hotels do.
Yeah.
And the chef, I have his name written down because I've recommended that he be like a young all-star person for Culture Map, but I thought the food there was so much better than you would ever expect hotel food to be. And I just kind of was very surprising to me in that sense. So
What's the name of that place again?
Arriba Abajo.
Arriba Abajo.
Yeah, and so they have this little special mezcal. They call it mezcal omakase.
Like a flight?
Yeah, so it's it's the special mezcal bar, and they serve you like a different kind of mezcal and a different bite for each. So it's kind of a curated experience. I left that one very, very happy.
All right, so what we do have is going to be bluefin tuna coming from Spain. Now it is akame with a little fresh wasabi.
Akame with wasabi.
And these are supposed to have some kind of special ingredient, right?
That's later.
Oh, okay. Ooh. You hear the taste of wasabi. Wasabi.
Wakes me up.
Oh. That's amazing. Thank you, Saine.
Next question.
Okay.
You've probably eaten at more Austin restaurants than anyone listening. What's one bite you still think about long after the meal?
Oh, there's so many. So in Austin specifically, or outside of Austin?
I mean, if you want to. Sometimes things can haunt you from far away, so...
Yeah,
we're
I can
open to
tell you.
that.
So I can go on about this for
Oh,
20
please
minutes.
do, yeah.
But okay, so
The first one.
the one I'll specifically remember is for South by Southwest one year, one of the co-founders of Noma came and took over Blue Water Cafe downtown and turned it into like, it was for House of Scandinavia. So they like had one of the co-founders come and like serve this like amazing dinner sponsored by some beer company. And they did this thing that was like pounded fermented sweet shrimp with plums. And if I can show you a picture of it, it looks so disgusting. 'Cause it's just like flat, like pink and purple things.
Like a paste?
It was just kind of like like thin sheets. Like it looked like rose petals almost.
Oh.
And it was one of the most memorable bites of my life. Like I don't even like shrimp. And I was like, I will eat this forever. It was so good. I think it was like, fermented somehow. It was crazy. And also,
I like your first thing was like, oh, the Noma folk.
yeah, I know.
It's nice you have the experience because now none of us can have that experience because it's closed.
That's the only time I have been to Copenhagen, but that was the only Noma experience I'm gonna get. And also, I mean, one of the things that turned me onto food is the first time I ever went to Italy. I was staying at this. I was like in my early teens. I think I was 13, and I went with my parents to Sorrento, and we stayed. And it was a school trip, so I went with my parents and some people from my school, and we stayed in this hotel. And they brought us like the salad for an appetizer, and then they brought everybody like a whole pizza that was like the best pizza I've ever had in my life. And I do remember that part of it. And then I remember them being like, "Okay, who's ready for the secondi?" And I'm like, "What?" Like I
There's
just
more?
I just seen another entree after this like whole pizza.
And
then,
that's where the love of pizza probably came from too. Because you're
from
like,
living
lunch is pizza.
It's both. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
And also in Austin, I will say. The cacio e pepe at Emmer and Rye is A+, I think.
All right. Here's
we have
another
hamachi belly coming out of Japan with a green yuzu kosho.
Oh, that sounds amazing. What part of that makes it green, Saine?
The green peppers.
Yeah, I can taste that. It's amazing.
Next one. Pretty common question, but something that has to be asked.
Okay.
What would your death row meal be?
Okay, this is another best bite I've ever had in my life story. Oh, okay. So I sound like such a snob when I tell these stories.
I love it. No, it just brings me so much joy when it's like an Austin native can just kind of name drop something big.
Well,
Go
so,
for it.
My death row meal is going to be pasta and chocolate chip cookies. The pasta I would specifically choose is there's this kind of pasta called strozzo preti or trofie. So those are two different kinds, but they're both kind of like this chewy kind of pasta, like short, chewy kind of pasta.
What are they shaped like?
Okay, so strozzo preti, by the way, means strangled priests. It's kind of like a twisty. It's like a little
is that
braid.
the one where the town? There was a story about that, I think, where the town. I should probably fact check.
You're not talking about the one that's like super rare, right?
Where something with the church and the town kind of retaliated, and now it's kind of part of their tradition to have it at a certain festival or something.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. I don't think so.
Okay.
But, it's a pretty common kind of pasta.
Okay,
and then
okay.
trofie is also, but basically one time when I was living in Italy, I went to this place that's called an agriturismo. And so it's basically like an inn that's on a farm. So they serve you kind of like really home style meal. And everyone else that I was with got this like very specific kind of buckwheat pasta that's very common in that area that's like covered in cheese. And since everybody else got that, I decided to get that strozzo preti, and it had like sausage and tomatoes and cheese. And it was like, again, like just one of the like super memorable, like best things. But that one I can actually recreate here pretty easily. So yeah, it's just like a very like comforting, and just like I love that kind of like chewy pasta and cheese, and yeah. So that and chocolate chip cookies. If I'm going to shout out someone, it would be Curdy's cookies. I love their cookies so much.
Curdy's cookies?
Yeah, they're like these twin brothers who sell cookies at farmers markets.
Okay, I saw like, reading up on you a little bit. It said that you're very particular about your chocolate chip cookies.
Yes. Yeah.
What's a second runner-up?
I actually think Better Half has an amazing chocolate chip cookie also. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what do we got
All
here,
right,
Saine?
so this is going to be scallops coming from Hokkaido. Now, these are some of the best in the world.
Yeah.
It has this yuzu salt on there, and I'm going to tell you the story about the yuzu salt later, but it's got a little bit of spiciness to it. I brought it back from Japan.
See,
Do you like scallops? Because you're like,
I love scallops. And I feel like, as much as I can sound fancy sometimes, when Saine's like, oh, I brought this salt back from Japan. Yeah, that's crazy, Saine.
Thank you.
Oh, it's kind of spicy too. How does that sound?
I don't know.
Is there a helicopter in Toshokan that we missed? Oh, they're probably moving something outside.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
The F1 helicopter.
I wonder, like, you reference Italy a lot. So the first time you went, you were, like you said, 11?
13, yeah.
13?
Yeah, I'm so annoying about it. I'm sorry.
No, but do you feel like that started your journey, kind of? Or your parents were always kind of foodies and you traveled a lot?
No, not at all. No.
So, not at all, and then you have this explosive food experience. And so, even though you go into the biosciences, you're like, oh, maybe that's what it was. It's like a little burner.
A torch, yeah.
Yeah, a little torch.
But yeah, no, growing up,
I love
my
that
parents...
smell of singed flesh.
Okay.
Well, we
worrisome.
just got done with a really dark question of death row meal. So.
True.
Okay, next question. Last question.
Okay.
If you could share a table with anyone, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Is this like one person that I get to invite to the table?
You could do whatever you want.
Okay. Oh, this is such a weird one.
It totally is.
No, my answer is weird.
Hey, we're in Austin. You got to keep Austin weird here and give us something.
It might be Queen Elizabeth I. So she's like,
I was not expecting.
Yeah, so she's
What?
she was just such a boss, like she was one of the like quote unquote the Virgin Queen, but just like really like before her time, like female power, like refused to marry because that would have been ceding her power.
Absolutely.
And I read a lot about her when I was young, when I was just like a weird kid reading random biographies in the library. I read a lot of Elizabeth I biographies, so that would be one. I'm also mildly obsessed with Ruth Reichel.
Who's Ruth Reichel?
She's a very famous food writer. She used to be editor of Gourmet and the food critic for the New York Times and the Los Angeles Times.
Is she living or dead?
She is living.
Nice.
I actually
Maybe you could
said
still
hi to her at the last James Beard Awards that I went to, which was very exciting.
dropping a little James Beard Award. Stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it would just be, but at the same time, I've also kind of like heard all of her stories, and there's also something to like say about like not meeting your
heroes. Yeah. I just told my daughter that. She loves Rick Riordan. And I'm like, do you really want to meet your heroes? And she's like, what does that mean? Of course I want to meet my heroes. But I totally hear you. But sometimes it's good to debunk things too.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in sort of the same realm of what you do.
All right. This is your last bite. This is A5 Wagyu coming from Miyazaki. Now, I actually went to this farm, so you got to see these cows. I got to see them, and now you get to eat them. So enjoy.
Thanks, Saine. That looks amazing.
What I really love about what you do is I feel like you season everything like just a little bit, so it's not like overpowering what it is, but it's like makes it so good.
I love that one. Thanks for answering my questions. You ready to switch?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I made this pasta dish last night where I had to cut up a whole kombucha squash, and I totally have like blisters on my hand.
I hate those things, by the way. That's like, well, sorry. But cheers.
Cheers. Chin chin. That's so funny because I was like, well, I'm going to talk to a chef today. I should ask him how to do this without getting blisters.
No,
And he
there's
sounds
no
like,
way.
There's no way.
That's
Great.
like the stuff you make your prep cooks do.
Damn it.
Shit.
Get my
I think
toddler all
my-
trained up.
My headphones might have went out. Oh, okay, it's back. No,
Okay.
but that is stuff that you have to do when you were getting into the industry. Like when we would cut those squashes, they were the worst things ever.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Great.
Unless if you're trying to make it nice. A lot of it is just your slicing motion if you're trying to get nice pieces, or you just got a cleaver.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do hate working with those things. But all right, well, so you probably get to eat a lot of places around town.
I do.
Now, do people know your face when you go out?
That's a good question.
Sometimes. So like I think less so now because I'm not as important anymore.
Is it because you're not with Eater?
Yeah, exactly.
I do want to get into that. If that, I don't know if that's allowed to talk about.
Yeah, of course.
Because
I mean,
there's
it's
a whole thing.
yeah, it's not my departure was not scandalous. It was simply because like I couldn't do two jobs anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't. In terms of like what is going on with Eater now, I don't. I can't speak to it because I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, I have had it happen. So like one like of my favorite examples is I went to Suerte and I made like a reservation for brunch just for a bunch of my like girlfriends, and they like recognized my name. I think I think on some of the platforms you can like see the notes that other people make, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We put notes on. Everyone can put notes on any guest so that anytime they reserve, you can see like a little emblem or something like that, and a note that would say who they are.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all. But so so I went to Suerte for brunch, and like they brought over like a round of like this very expensive mezcal, which is funny because I don't like mezcal, but I liked this one. And then it was upsetting because it was like $150 bottle. I'm like, well, I'm never gonna get that again. But it did make me feel very important, like to my friends.
Oh, well, of course. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we love to do that. Austin actually really loves to do that. I'll tell you about an experience I had where I was going to Hestia, by the way. We're going to talk about Michelin. But
Can't wait.
I walked into Hestia and, I made the reservation. And when I walked in, I was like, I love this place because so good. And Taylor Swift was playing and I was like, oh my God, I love this place. They're playing Taylor Swift. And 2 songs played, and then I sat down at my table, and I was on a date, and the GM comes up to me and is like, hey, like, how'd you like that intro? I was like, dude, I love the music. He's like, yeah, we did that for you. I was like, what?
That's amazing.
Date at Hestia where they like play a soundtrack for you.
That-
That's so baller.
Little entrance.
It was so good for me. I mean, it really, really was a baller move.
Yeah. Did you see the date again?
Yeah, we dated for a
Okay.
little bit,
Okay,
but
yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people are curious about my dating life. I keep it very quiet, but maybe more drinks will get into it. No, but people do that, and they put notes about you. They and that's taking that next step. I've even been to. Have you been to Chicago?
I have, yes.
The Aviary.
I have not been there, but I've had drinks from the aviary bartenders.
Oh, okay.
They took over Nickel City a while ago,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long ago?
many years ago, because
Oh, I miss that. They're so cool.
Yeah.
I go there every time I'm in Chicago, and I think I sent out an email to them, and I was like, hey, I'm running a little late. I'm going to be like 15, 20 minutes late. And they replied back like, okay, no worries. But on my email, it has like, oh, chef, blah, blah, blah. And I think they saw that. And I got really taken care of. I got like free appetizers and like 2 free drinks on the house, and I left that place wasted.
I think the hospitality industry, and I could be wrong about this, is more willing to do that for other hospitality industry members. Yeah. So like, I actually think your power as a chef is probably more so than mine as a writer, like in terms of getting star treatments.
I mean, well, that's where we can cut into a writer versus a critic, because I don't think critics really exist anymore.
I mean, they do. Like Paula Forbes is the critic for Texas Monthly. So
I don't.
And Matthew
is it
Odom.
bad that I know Matthew Odom? Yeah. He came in. If you watched it, he came in, and I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
I should have did my research when I moved here, but I had no idea who he was, and he obviously uses different names.
he does.
I went back and looked at it because he posted on Instagram that he came here like 2 weeks after, and I was like, who was this? And I was like, Matthew Odom came to the restaurant, and I finally found it, and should have been a freaking flag. His number was like 555 5555, and I was like, dude. But yeah, so Matthew Odom's a critic. Who's the other one? I don't know.
Paula Forbes, she was actually the OG editor of Eater Austin, but she's with Texas Monthly, so she does
Okay.
all the whole state, so it's not just in Austin. And then, I mean, the Austin Chronicle they still do food reviews. I know Taylor Tobin is one of their people that they hire.
I should really know these people.
Well, but like, I mean, yeah, it's such a weird thing, you know, because it's like, do you need to know the critics? Do you need to know the influencers? Do you need to know how many people do you need to know that come into your restaurant?
And then there's Yelp elites. My favorite.
I have heard that people under 30 don't use Yelp anymore, that they only use Belly.
Belly.
Yeah,
Belly.
which is an app.
Is that the one where you rate and then you're like kind of
you're
swiping
on it? So.
I'm on it.
You got to check out Belly, Saine.
I think I've been on it for a little bit, and I was like in bed just kind of like doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And where you rate your restaurants, and it's kind of like a social media.
Yeah.
Okay, I should get sponsored by them and talk about it. No, is that the new thing?
I can't remember who. I don't know if you want to fact check me on this. I feel like it was like the New York Times, but somebody did an article that like basically Belly was the Yelp for restaurants. They only do restaurants, but for people under like 30, basically.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't think any.
But they don't. I don't know if they have a Belly. I guess that they do have a Belly elite, because you can see like who has left their most reviews in Austin.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But that's like another
Yeah.
subset of people to like how many people do you have to memorize to run a restaurant these days? Like
that's true, actually. Well, I remember Yelp just got very greedy because they became a paid platform where they, this is my restaurant back in Hollywood, where they came in and they're like, hey, we're charging X amount of dollars a month. We'll put your name on top. We'll give you first filters of reviews and all these things. And I don't know about you, but when I go on Yelp and I see us sponsored as like my first 2 choices, I just skip straight at it.
yeah, of course, yes.
Like, I don't like sponsored stuff, I guess. But I don't. Do you think that's a normal thing that people kind of to help me know if I should sponsor? No, I didn't want to pay them though.
Yeah, I mean, I from what I hear from, I mean, nobody wants to pay them. Who wants
Yeah.
to? Yeah. And then also, if I'm remembering correctly, they did like creepy stuff, like, and sometimes I hate talking about tech companies. I'm like, what if I like apply to work at Yelp and they like listen to this podcast? They're like,
It's okay. Apply to Belly. I heard they're better.
but yeah. So like, I think they were like swapping out like restaurants' phone numbers with like the Yelp phone number, which is
So
different.
it rallies through them? Oh,
Yeah.
it goes through
Oh,
them?
interesting.
Yeah, which is weird. And so like, if people anyway. This was a thing like a couple of years ago. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's different. I think they actually got sued and they have to put the restaurant's real phone number now.
Well, like 2016 was like when it was really booming, right? Like Yelp, and then you can get like a T-shirt that said Yelp Elite on there, and people.
No.
I think remember people would like wear that, and
But,
then they
like,
like to
what's-
try to get special treatment.
What's the best restaurant in Austin on Yelp? Like,
Oh, can you look that up?
yeah, like,
But like every platform has their own tops now. Like OpenTable will be like, oh, this is your top restaurants of Austin, and then Resi has the list, and then Talk will have the list, Yelp
What?
will have
and
the
East
list,
Austin
and
has
then
it
it's
now.
basically well, we're
we don't rank ours.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's kind of weird because they're only going to rank the people that are on their platform. So OpenTable's top 10 is only going to be people that using OpenTable. So
It says sponsored results, so I don't know.
wait.
But then it says all restaurants near me, one ABBA.
Abba.
Yeah, I
well,
think
that's
that's right.
That Abba's a vibe though.
Yeah.
But like,
I'll
is
give it
Abba
to
like
them.
the best restaurant in Austin? No.
No, not food wise, but the vibe is nice. Like it's a great date spot, I think.
Yeah, a horrific thing to admit is I've actually never been there. It's
To
in-
Abba?
Yeah, it's in South Austin, and so it's
Well,
well, it's in South Austin, and it's owned by like restaurant company that's from out of Chicago.
yeah.
So like, I'm like, it's not really local.
It's for the vibes though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a cute
like
patio.
local. I love that.
I remember I made a list for Eater that was restaurants in Austin where you can make out, and I included Abba, so it makes sense that you liked it. Where you can make out at the table.
All the girls that I've taken there, I'm sorry.
Well, what's really funny is the person who asked me to write that article was actually my ex-boyfriend from high school, who I'm like friends with. But he was like, yeah, my dad was like wondering where he can like take a date and
His
like maybe
dad?
get a little.
Oh no.
Can you pull up this article? I want to know what's on there.
I can tell you what used to be on there. So it's definitely like
It's an
just,
updating list
yeah, we update all of our lists like every so
of
often.
where to make out.
Restaurants that wouldn't necessarily care if you made out at the table.
Okay, let me
So,
get
like-
the proper.
I think this was pre-proper, but the hilarious story is I used to work at a company where the CEO got taken down by inappropriate behavior at proper.
We don't have to talk about that.
But
Maybe.
so I remember one was like Justine's. I think
yeah.
Devil May Care because it's just so dark everywhere.
I bet way more happens at Devil.
Yeah, exactly.
Booths in the
Okay.
corner.
So
But-
Honeymoon Spirit Lounge.
Oh yeah, that was just good. I mean, the people
Just
that.
dark places.
Well,
right?
Honeymoon Spirit Lounge, they bought that restaurant instead of going on their honeymoon, so it's like owned
Oh.
by
Oh,
a
that's
couple,
cool.
and like yeah, like that, like in the spirit of that place,
Oh,
they
yeah.
should allow making out.
Absolutely.
Like, right?
I never knew. I never been there actually. Maybe I should shine some love on them. That's a cool concept though.
Jeffries.
Shoot.
Jeffries
Oh.
is make out? I don't
I
see
think
that.
if you're paying that much money, they will let you do kind
Whatever
of.
you
Well, they
want.
have that
booths.
raised section where the bar is. I've never
Yeah.
sat there, but Jeffrey's is a big date.
Yeah. Wink.
Wink.
Yeah, that's what it says. Devil May Care.
Is it
You're
Wink
right.
a tasting menu?
Yeah, I feel like I did not add wink. Maybe just because it was dark.
Casino El Camino.
Oh yeah, that definitely because it's dark. Because you're already on 6th Streets. Those people have seen so much worse.
I bet. Assingden ABBA. There
Abba's-
we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
There it
'cause I
is.
think-
Saine knows what he's doing.
I know where I'm going
And I-
knows
tonight.
what he's doing.
And I did, like, I think I remember, like, I asked people on my Instagram, like, where can you go and make out? It's just funny to see
But
the
doesn't
answers
it?
given.
You're like creep. No.
No, they're not making out with me.
I mean,
Yeah. I get what you mean.
but the fun those are fun lists. So your ex boyfriend asked you to do that, or ask you
to
where
provide
to
this
send
information for his dad. Yeah, who I also know, because again, this was in high school, so I've
Did
like,
you
met
know
his
his
dad.
mom?
I did.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They have been divorced for a while for it.
That is wild. That's a fun list, though. I do love that. But okay, let's cut
So
back.
I'm glad that you like it as a restaurant owner, because I think some restaurant owners were kind of mad about it.
About Abba.
No, about me writing.
Oh.
Like they were like, it's not appropriate to make out in any restaurant. And I'm
Well,
like,
if you put me on that list, I'd feel a little.
no,
different.
yeah, that would be weird. If
Oh, it's
there's
happened.
like 8 people and then there's 2 people in a
Not full makeout, but people get a little slosh sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Were you
that
one of
frowned
them?
upon,
No.
though?
No, I just when I
Show your affection to your lover,
Yeah.
your partner.
the first time I went to Toshokan, it was a party.
Do
Was it
tell.
at-
what
at
was
Pershing?
it like?
It was at Pershing. Yeah.
Shoot,
Well, it was
you're gonna.
Yeah, no.
okay.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
you don't remember that. This
Keep
is too many.
going.
I go
Okay,
through a lot
so
of dinners, so
It was okay. So it was a couple on like a 3rd or 4th date. Okay, so they were like just getting to know each other, and then me and my ex-boyfriend, who is a high-functioning alcoholic, and then like 4 people who worked at a plastic surgery center. Yeah, so it was like
money.
What a mix.
yeah, and definitely the plastic surgery people got sloshed, and my ex-boyfriend obviously super sloshed. And we all like had like a group text going for a minute after, and like the plastic surgery people were like invited us to their house to like go. They were
Nice.
like, "Hey,
Were they
we're having a
swingers?
party." I don't know, but yeah, it was. We had a great time.
did you go to their house?
No.
Oh.
No. But it was also just funny because everyone else was having, like, these 6 people were having such a good time. And then, like, these 2 people were on their third
date.
and they were just like, and I remember, like, when the dinner ended, like, they just, like, peaced out. And, like, we were like, let's hang out. And
Oh, that happens so much, though. You wouldn't. That where people become friends and exchange information happens all the time, and then group chats get made.
Yeah.
I did the bachelor night here. So what
Yeah.
we did is this seat right here. We sat one guy. We had 5 single women here, and we would change their seat every 10 minutes so that he gets to talk to everybody.
So all the girls are in a group chat and the guys
Well,
out, right?
That's what happened. Is all the girls became friends, and then he kind of got shunned out a little bit. But they were still interacting. But while they were talking, like the guy and the girl were talking to each other, the girls were having so much fun on that side,
totally
and they're
see
like,
that.
the girls kind of like, I kind of want to join that conversation. Like, not in anything to the guy,
Yeah.
but it's just they were really vibing as their group. But the thing about it is, too, I brought in all the women first. So then they
had the
got to have
opportunity.
like this bonding, like we're all single women here. Who's going to be this guy? And then they actually created a group chat. And I don't know how my beverage director is in that group chat too. Like it's like you're incorporated by default because you're women. So I don't know. I think they might still hang out though. But
Yeah,
it
no, that
happens.
100% checks out with what I know as like a woman.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But it's fun to watch. People become friends and like. I'll give you another story. Early on, 2 women came in and they were, I think, they might have been by themselves, but they went to the restroom together. And like, I don't. We can get into that why women do that, but no, they went.
Don't make me
it was like,
fact check that.
They're like, oh, this is a good time to go to the restroom. So then they both went. And then they came back. They were all giggling, having a good time. I was like, oh, what are you 2 best friends now? Blah, blah, like as a joke. And they're like, ha, ha, ha. Cut like 2 months later, they came in together, both of them. It's like, hey, remember you made that joke? We actually are really good friends now. Like we go to movie nights, we go over to each other's houses. Like, what? So it does happen a lot, which is awesome.
And I think it's probably nice, like, because you have such a small restaurant, you get to see it all happen.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
it's so intimate. Like, you have to know the people like next to you, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so that's why it's terrible for a first date.
I can't even. Yeah. Oh, I can't. Like,
It happens though.
So you're saying no makeouts happen here usually?
Oh,
I
he's
see
not saying
kisses
that.
and stuff. I mean, like I can't see the counters. I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like
people
that's
get
gotta-
ballsy.
I feel like that's got to be like one of the most entertaining parts. Like one of the worst, but then also one of the most entertaining parts is like seeing the relationships that develop between.
Oh
people.
yeah. Well, nobody here is an
Or
asshole.
devolve
Yeah.
also. That's also very entertaining.
Oh, is there ever been a breakup at Toshokan?
I've seen fights.
Okay.
Oh,
I've
nice.
seen fights.
Yeah, but you probably don't ultimately see what
I-
result of the fight is. You just see them never come
Sometimes
in again.
I'll hear something or
Like fights, like fisticuff fight? Like
no,
they're,
no,
like,
no, no,
really
like
going
no,
oh,
like
okay.
like couples fights. Like
Yeah.
they
Okay,
get frustrated with each other or something like that.
Yeah.
I try to diffuse the situation as much as possible.
Here's some more food. Here's some more food.
I do try to like, okay,
Let me take away your drink.
yeah, or give. I don't know. Like, it's
Ooh,
like
don't know.
add to the fire so you forget, or take away. I don't know. No, but that's the thing about this restaurant is everything is so. You can't plan any of it. I can only plan my side, and I can't plan. It's like improv or whatever it is. You can't plan what the guests are going to give you in energy and conversation and vibe. So you kind of have to evolve as the dinner goes on.
Yeah, I remember when I talked to you, you told me there was 3 different kinds of vibes
Oh,
that
yeah.
you have.
Yeah.
It was like the people who just want to party, the people who like are actually into sushi and want to like learn, and then I don't remember what the third one was.
So there's the conversational, the educational, and the I wish there was a
Party.
word for
Festive.
festive. I wanted to rhyme, but but the ones who party. So then the ones who party are obviously very fun. I'm fine with any of them because I can talk about sports, I can talk about movies, I can talk about food, but also if people want to know about the food and get educational, I can talk about that. So it's wearing a ton of different hats compared as whatever it needs to be. So that's the hard part, I think.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that in your profile, and I thought that was really interesting that like you felt like you had to be up on pop culture to be able to be a chef, to talk to people if you need to. Like, yeah,
it is.
just
I
crazy.
mean, even random things like I need to watch The Bear at some time in my life. Because
haven't?
it happens around twice a week. I've not watched it yet.
Okay.
But it happens around twice a week where they're like, oh, have you watched The Bear? I was like, shit.
Well, then do you
I
need to watch it
haven't.
there? Because you've made it this far.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people want to talk about it. They want to know what's on the inside of it. So, is it true? Is that really what happens? Because one of the things that I love, and this is why the podcast got kind of introduced, was people don't get a real insight to our brains and access to the chefs as they do here. Like all the chefs that are going to come on this show, we get to really dig in and ask the questions that, mainly ask the questions that people ask me that they want to know about other chefs too. But when is Aaron Franklin going to be at Franklin's? That you're going to be able to talk to them or ask them a question, or for me, like at Sorte, like you might see them for a second, but you don't really get that time. So I really want to create this platform to do that.
Yeah.
But it's one thing I always say is I can train someone to make sushi and how to make food. I can't train somebody to be to be talkative and charismatic and be able to run a room, and because chefs are in the back. We're not used to talking to people.
Do you follow Drew Talbert on Bistro Huddy on Instagram?
I do not.
Okay, it's a really
me in.
funny Instagram situation, but he has like a whole made up restaurant, and it's crazy because he's one person who plays like all the different characters, and you completely forget that it's just one dude.
Okay.
But he recently had a thing where it was like one of the chefs came out and was a server for the night, because he was like, it's the easiest job in the world, I can do this. And then he was like, man, that job was like, it would be fine if it weren't for the people. And they're like, that's the whole point. You have to deal with the people.
It's wild. I've served before. Back in my restaurant in LA, I have served. I have bartended. I've bar backed. I've bussed. I've done pretty much every job because I wanted to learn the whole aspect of every position there is to the restaurant.
Have you, Erin, worked in restaurants?
I've never worked in a restaurant.
Retail?
Okay.
Never. I have worked in retail.
Okay, yeah. It's retail or food. It's always one of those. But
Yeah.
you still have to deal with people. You have to learn how to deal with people.
Oh, yeah.
And retail must be fucking terrible too.
I worked at Victoria's Secret in high school and college, so
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
that was an experience.
In high school and college.
Yeah.
Were you 18?
Yeah.
Okay, because you can work at 16, but that would have been weird to work at.
Oh, yeah. You get a very warped sense of how things are supposed to be.
I think I was talking to someone, I guess. I mix up stories, but he worked at, Hollister. And I was joking. I was like, oh, what are you those dudes that stand outside? He's like, actually, I was.
Yeah. I worked at Abercrombie, the flagship store on Fifth Avenue.
Oh my God.
It had these multi-level floors. It was the biggest one, and it was so intense.
So when I was living in Italy, another story.
Yeah.
I know you need more of these. The Abercrombie store opened there while I was living there. The very first Abercrombie opened in Milan, in Italy. There was a line around the block to like get into Abercrombie, which is crazy.
You'd have these. I mean, they kind of recruit models,
Yeah,
and it was like an
100%.
easy modeling. Like when you modeled, your hours are so weird, but you still need some standardized pay, and so you just go in at off hours and work there. And there were always these shirtless guys in the front, and it's the dead of winter, and they have to like keep warm, and women are swarming around them, and they're shirtless. These poor guys, it's just freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what documentary came out. Was it?
did.
Was it
Yeah.
It was
Abercrombie?
Yeah.
Big
But
reveal.
I want to see the
It's basically like if you
pamphlet they had, because apparently they had a employee pamphlet that would say these are the people that we want as customers, and it had like pictures of people and like these are the type of people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it got exposed in that documentary.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was also like if you weren't a model, you worked in the back.
I love that. Okay, let's talk a bit about. So we know next week's a big week for Texas.
Oh my God.
Are you ready? What? Okay, let's talk about the first round
Okay.
of Michelin.
Uh-huh.
What surprised you the most?
I kind of feel okay. I was surprised that there were two barbecue. Is it two barbecue restaurants? They got
Three.
Three? Okay, so it was Interstellar,
Interstellar, Le
and
Barbecue, and
Le Barbecue.
Leroy.
Yeah, three. Okay, first of all, huge snub for Franklin's, obviously. But like, I am like kind of shocked that they did that many barbecue restaurants for Michelin star. Because like, you know, it makes sense. Like Michelin is so much more like you have to have like tablecloth. You have to have like the perfect like, you know, fork, whatever alignment. So I think it's incredible that they did that for Texas, I guess. I also think it's crazy that there were more Michelin stars in Austin than in Houston.
I
Whoa.
love that, by
Really?
the way.
Oh, in any
mention
other
that
city, yeah.
all the time.
It was like
I'm
seven. It was seven in
Austin
Austin and like three in
won.
Houston. Something like that.
Austin won, kind of.
Yeah.
No, but Michelin has been doing that lately, where they have been recognizing smaller, more just for food. So I went to the one in Singapore. They have a chicken and rice, the cheapest Michelin meal you can get, and it was a chicken and rice booth in this little market, and I think I ordered every single thing on their menu, and it came out to like $35.
Oh my god.
And Singapore's expensive.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that was known as like the cheapest Michelin meal you can get. And then there's the one in Mexico City, the Michelin starred taco stand, which I went there too, and that was delicious. Actually, I loved it. They gave, but let me tell you about their service. They also gave really good service because I order everything again, and I couldn't eat it all, of course. So then I wanted to take it to go, and they deconstructed my tacos that I had and put my meat aside and made me fresh tortillas.
Are you kidding?
Wrapped it all up and gave me little baggies of sauce, you know, because
So your taco's not compromised.
no,
That's
so it
amazing.
wasn't like it was all fresh and brand new. And then they
Wow.
threw away the old tortillas that were sitting there, and they're like, here, fresh and hot, and here you go. And I was like, nice, that's a service.
Yeah.
But talking more about Austin Michelin, I brag all the time that Austin beat Houston because everyone's like, Houston has better food.
It does.
It does. Oh well, you went to Rice.
I did. Yeah. But I mean, Houston's just so much like it's a much bigger city. There's
So
more
diverse.
there. Like it's crazy to say that Austin has a like I think Austin food scene is awesome and I think it's getting better, but it's crazy to me to say that there's more Michelin places in Austin than in Houston.
Because they got 3. I
Yeah.
have not.
I'm
haven't
not sure, but was it 3?
I haven't gotten to explore
Last year?
Houston. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you a mild story, which is this is like last year. I went to one of my favorite restaurants in Austin. I had this dish that was like end of summer corn risotto situation. So it was like corn, zucchini, risotto, like amazing. And then I went to Houston. I just happened to be going there, and I went to a restaurant that had like basically the exact same dish, and the Houston restaurant like blew the other dish like
Really?
out of the water.
Wait, what? Are we going to name this restaurants?
I'd have to go look at what the Houston one was.
What about the one in Austin?
It's because it's one of my favorite restaurants. Like I'm not gonna like.
Well, we should say that. They're great then if it's one of your favorite restaurants. Okay,
Yeah.
who does a corn risotto?
It says
Well, it's seasonal.
gotta be.
Seasonal
It's
special.
gotta be.
6 Houston restaurants have received 1 Michelin star
Is that right?
in 2024. Yeah.
But Austin had 7.
Austin
They
had
had-
7.
Yeah, you had 1 more. Whatever the number is, we had 1 more.
Okay, that's surprising. I
don't
thought
remember.
it was like
I thought it was
much more. Yeah.
Oh, well. Who do you think got snubbed? Oh, she gritted out of
I'm
it.
double checking this shit.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I know. So I think Franklin got snubbed. I am actually
I
very
think
surprised.
so too.
Uchi Uchiko, like, just because I think, I don't know, just think about like the caliber of chefs who have come, like
Absolutely.
every
They
single.
are a factory
Yeah.
producing chefs. It's
Yeah.
Star
wild
chefs.
to think
Absolutely.
about how many people have that on their resume.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I mean, their food is amazing. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's crazy.
Yeah, that was Tyson's dope actually. When I first moved here, I went to Uchi, and I guess the word got someone knew that I was a sushi chef in town, new sushi chef, and Tyson was randomly there the same day, and he came out, said what's up, and this is what really opened me up to the Austin kind of vibe. Was he gave me his number, and he's like, hey, if you need anything, just go ahead and shoot me a text, shoot me a message. I can offer you anything you need. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Like we're kind of we're competitors, but not.
Yeah.
But I'm new to town. You know, if this was in LA, they'd be like, oh, this is my
I'll cut you down.
yeah. So it was really
Friendly.
weird.
That's so nice. Yeah, I mean, like, I love hearing stories. Like, it makes me. So I'm from here,
Yeah.
and like, I think that is just so like the vibe of the city, and it makes me so happy to hear that like validated from chefs, because that's something I hear all the time whenever I do interviews. Is like, yeah, we're a community. We like want to help each other out. Like, there's not a lot of like competition. Like, it's really just like there's room for everybody, kind of.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I hear it's not what it's like in other places.
Well, what we say is, you know, we're inside of Holy Moly. There's different rooms. There's different doors. But what we say is someone can open an omakase in another area right here in the same building, and we would do okay. We still do fine because we're all doing different things. We're not competing against each other. Like, my personality, my food is all different than any other omakase here, and they're all doing their own thing too, which
Yeah.
is great. And that just kind of is to your vibe. I'm like, what do I want to experience?
Yeah.
Now, have you been to every omakase in town?
I haven't been to Craft, which I know is a big
What?
one. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm missing that one.
Okay. Dang, that's a big one to go to.
I know, and it's not even that
But
far.
you have a
from me.
toddler now.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of like any dinner that I have is like a $60 surcharge on top of whatever the omakase costs for like babysitting.
Is that a babysitter?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wait, is
Well, it's
that how
like-
much it costs for a babysitter?
It's like $20. Okay, so I only have one child, so $20 an hour for 2 to 3 hours.
Okay. Oh, that's wild. to think
It
about
adds
that.
up
just
for date
adds
night,
up.
Saine.
And
It
you
really
need Your
does.
parents.
Yeah, I am very fortunate that my mother will babysit like once a week, but
Yeah.
she won't do it on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
Because she
Oh,
likes to go
man.
to these bars where you can make out.
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
She's at ABBA every night. Sorry, that's your mom. Sorry.
No, yeah, she and my dad go to one of their like 3 approved restaurants with their friends. They've
What are
had
their
for-
3 approved restaurants?
I know Asti is one of them.
Oh, okay.
God.
Are they in
Oh,
North,
they like
North Loop too? Because,
No, they live in Rollingwood.
Okay.
But yeah, they live. So there's like Asti. There's like
Oh, that's the pasta place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been yet.
68 Degrees. I know they like. I don't really know what their other restaurants are these days, but yeah.
Do they ask you where to go?
No,
No?
they have their places that they like to go and they go there.
Ah.
So I started to say this earlier, but like one of the reasons that I am the way I am about food is because growing up we had the same thing for dinner every night. So like my dad would buy like prepackaged food from Central Market, and like that's what we had, but it was the same menu every week. So it would
Yeah.
be like Monday was coconut chicken, Tuesday was turkey meatloaf. Wednesday was King Ranch casserole. Like Thursday was Chinese food. Friday was pizza. And then Saturday we'd go to like, again, one of these like 3 approved restaurants. So like when I went to like college or even just when I got a car and I was like, I can have whatever I want any day of the week. I was like, this is incredible.
Wait, okay, so that you weren't even making that up. That you remember off the back of
Yes.
like just exactly what that was.
It was every day for 10 years.
10 years.
And the sad thing is Sunday was steak night. So like so my dad would grill steaks. So like I would get like a filet every Sunday, which sounds awesome.
I think that's awesome.
But like if you have
yeah.
it like every Sunday for so many years, like there was a period of time where I was like, I don't want steak. Like just
Really?
cannot do. Yeah.
Well, that's what I do with Taco Bell. I kind of go to Taco Bell like once a week.
Do you get the same thing every time from Taco Bell?
No, kind of. Yes, no. No, but okay. So wow. So that was your upbringing of food was very repetitive.
Yeah. And so like just kind of breaking out of that was like so exciting to me. Yeah.
Did you have a food awakening?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
And I mean, like, it's still a process. Like, I mean, I feel like what's so exciting about being in the restaurant world is like, or writing about food is there's always some new thing that's happening,
Yeah.
Also, I am curious, sorry to like
No.
hard pivot, but like, who did you feel got snubbed?
Sorry. What was that?
Who do you feel got snubbed? Eventually?
Franklin's 100%.
I was talking with somebody yesterday who said that they thought Franklin was mid, and I was like, you were wrong.
Dude, that's mid. How old are they?
They were 30. Yeah.
They're so mid. No, but I would love to see Chef Saine get something.
Yeah, yeah,
I absolutely love his restaurants. I think that Este or Suerte should get something or should have. We'll get to predictions in a bit, but as far as if I had one that I knew was going to get something, I think it was Barley Swine. Barley Swine was the no surprise, like of course.
You've been to Barley Swine?
I've been to Barley Swine. Yeah, they are the closest thing to a Michelin dinner, I think, here.
Over Hestia?
Hestia was second. People
Okay,
would come
yeah.
in and ask me all the time, and then I would be like, I think Barley Swine's going to do something. I think Hestia is going to get something.
Yeah.
Olame, I'm actually not surprised either. I think Olame is great.
Yeah, Olame's great.
I don't know why they're not in the conversation more. I think, is it just because they're out there? They're a little out there?
Are they out there? They're on 12th Street. Like, it's not like that far. I don't know. I think, okay. My guess on this, which is totally not based in any kind of fact, would be I feel like there is a whole revival of Southern food, 10 years ago, which is when Olame kind of came up.
Yeah.
And I think that conversation has kind of died down. And like, I think that's probably the only reason maybe people don't talk about it as much is because there's not that much of an interest in like Southern food as like a trend. But that food, it slaps. Like Olame is great.
It's so good. I celebrated my birthday there.
Yeah, one of my favorite bites, like memorable bites in my head, is crab rice at Olame. God, it was so good. And they also made like this like
How is their corn risotto?
nice try.
I got it. No.
No, they also made some kind of like tomato sorbet that was like it's just one of those you're just like this sounds weird.
Oh, they're
but
so
it's
good
insane.
there. They're so good. Now, what do we think that is? Do you think that it's a PR thing that they don't get mentioned that much, or
I mean, they just want to miss them.
yeah. But I mean, let me. Can you see if you can get when's the next reservation available at Olame?
Oh yeah, probably tonight.
I mean that's a big thing. I think. How do you get on this list of how do we rank restaurants? Is it Red Ash where you have to wait 3 months to get a reservation? Nice. We can.
I will say there was an eye roll in there.
That's why I saw that.
For those who can't see me.
No, but there's like a restaurant like Red Ash that you have to book 3 months in advance. That's always booked. Barely get walk-ins.
Do you want a reservation for 9:00 tonight?
See there.
But 9:00, that's late. Like
Oh,
when are you
7
gonna,
I mean, you have a
o'clock.
kid.
7 is prime too.
I mean,
9:00 is late for normal people.
6:45.
No, it's not.
Not service
No,
industry
it's not.
hours. Like
But it's like, how do you value these restaurants? Because if you have this restaurant who's amazing, you and me, yeah, a food writer and a chef are saying this restaurant is amazing. The world has recognized them with Michelin. She's been on Top Chef. I don't know if they have James Beard, but
They don't have James Beard. Michael was nominated the year that they canceled it. So it was 2020. He was a finalist, but it got canceled.
okay.
And Michael and Gray, when they opened it, won Food and Wine Best New Chefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have all these accolades.
That's a lot of accolades. But the problem is it's been open for 10 years. So
how long has Red Ash been open?
Less than that.
But still, they're going to be sold. Red Ash is going to keep.
Okay.
It could be a location thing too. Maybe. Because Red Ash is huge.
Yeah.
Red Ash is also like 3 times the size of Olympic.
Yeah, and it's probably that downtown situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so silly. Like yeah.
So I don't know
They
much
deserve a
about
lot.
like the ranking. How much of it is it solely outsider experts coming in viewing
What
it,
ranking?
or
Michelin? Okay.
or is it also public?
Ooh, what do you know?
Yeah, I'm not. I think Michelin is more shrouded in secrecy for me. From what I understand, it's not public opinion. It's pretty much like they have their tasters come in and like taste and be like, is this up to Michelin standards?
Yes. I'll say what I know, and this can be for other viewers too. Is so the Texas has paid Michelin, and Austin has also pitched in to all the 5 cities: Austin, Houston, San Antonio, Fort Worth, and Dallas. All cities have pitched in to be a part of the list. And I believe from what I read is Austin gave $90,000 a year to Michelin, but that helps pay for the inspectors that go around, I think. It is very secretive, but that's where their inspectors are getting paid to go secretly try all these restaurants.
And do they go through the entire roster of the top like 40 restaurants,
Yeah,
or is there a cherry pick of like, because
But like whose list of top 40? I mean, there's no like set. Yeah.
Yelps.
Michelin and Yelp working together.
That would be the biggest scandal
And
Abba
Belly.
didn't get one,
ever.
right? So
Abba didn't get anything,
Yeah.
I think.
also the Houston restaurant that I went to that I loved was Nancy's Hustles. Shout out to them.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
I've heard of them. I have not been.
It's
There's
amazing.
a couple
Nancy's
restaurants.
Hustle?
There's a couple restaurants I do really want to check out in Houston.
Yeah.
But no, Michelin's an interesting thing. Did you go to the
I did
You
it.
didn't?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to the awards this year?
I cannot
Are they
say.
having? Oh.
I cannot say. Everyone's very secretive about it, actually.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Michelin. I mean, Michelin's a lot shrouded in secrecy.
Well, even people who are a part of it, nobody knows anything until until it's announced.
And I mean, like for James Beard, like afterwards, you can see who all the James Beard Award judges were. I don't think this
really?
exists for Michelin. Yeah.
Okay,
So like I can say I've been a James Beard Awards judge because you can go on their website and see like.
Wait,
Erin
I want to
Russell.
be one. I did. Okay, here's the thing. I never knew. I always like, no, like offense or anything, but I was like, why have I not been even seen by James Beard at all? And
It's because I hate you.
it's because it's because I never applied. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was an
you have
application
to- oh,
until
really?
this year.
Oh,
And then someone was telling me, I was like, oh yeah, like we can help you with your application to James Beard. And I was like, application?
Oh man,
I didn't know that.
same.
So I was like, oh shit, I've been on there for 3 years and I didn't know.
Yeah, you have to apply, and
Yeah.
you have to also apply to be a judge. So
I want to be a judge. My dream would be to be a Michelin inspector.
I know, right? How do you get that job?
I'll give you an insight what happened. So for anybody that doesn't know, there's a couple steps that happen. You get your first communication that is going to say, hey, we need to get information about you. And then from there, it's like, hey, you're invited to the ceremony. And then at the ceremony, you find out what happens. Now, I think last year everyone was super nervous because nobody knows what's happening. So everyone was very quiet about it. The only people that knew were like 2 of my best friends, my family, and my business partners.
Wow.
Until the day of. Nobody even knew that we were going to the ceremony. And because we didn't know, I didn't know if it was going to be like the Grammys or James Beard where you go and you can still lose, or you can be you can be like a seat filler or something like that. You're like, hey, just come and fill these seats and cheer on your other chefs. I was like, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So then nobody was talking about it. So nobody was actually eating at the ceremony. Everyone was just kind of drinking because everyone was nervous.
Yeah, I heard it was a shit show.
Everyone was just nervous, and they had all this open bar. Like, fuck it, we're gonna drink.
Which is different from how you normally feel.
Yeah. I mean, like people ask me all the time, like, oh my god, the food at the Michelin ceremony must have been the top food you've ever had. Blah blah blah, because you're representing the top award of food. And I was like, I think I've had one piece of ham, and that was it. And then
no one's eating.
Like,
oh God, the tragedy.
And I was just drinking because nobody was like. It was more of like, hey, you're here too.
Yeah,
You're here too. Oh shit, you're here too. But I will say, Austin, I'm very, very proud to be a part of Austin because we were super, super supportive for each other at that ceremony. As far as I believe, all Austin, if you rewatch it, you will see that a lot of Austin sat in like the first 3 or 4 rows all together. And every time someone in Austin would win, we just all get up and we're like, fuck yeah. You know, we had the Taco Mafia sitting right. all whatever, 6 of them. They're like, oh shit. And then, then we had a bunch of our chefs, a bunch of chefs from Austin, and then every other city was kind of scattered,
Yeah.
But that's the thing is we know each other and we support each other. So that's one of the most fun things about being a part of Austin. And I think we might be the only city that had an after party. I think everyone else kind of went home.
Where was the after party?
It was at some whiskey lounge.
Oh, yeah.
And
Nice.
we went to a whiskey lounge. We all had our company cards. We're just getting hammered.
the Toshokan company card.
Oh, definitely. Everyone's using their company cards.
Yeah.
And I don't know who phoned this in. I'm going to have to find out who phoned it in. But we got Chinese food catered to that bar. And someone called a friend, and their friend opened a Chinese restaurant, or had a Chinese restaurant. And we had mountains of fried rice, egg rolls, noodles. And we were chowing down on whiskey and Chinese food. And that's the best way
That's like
I
the
could have
perfect
celebrated.
combo.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the Chinese food was bomb because it was in Houston, right?
I was kind of drunk because all I've been doing was drinking the whole time.
Yeah,
But
I'm trying to.
do you know of any? Okay, that's my Michelin experience. Even
But so do you know now? Like now, do you have a feeling that like going into it, like there are no seat savers? Like everybody who's there is for a
yes.
reason? Okay, so
As
you're
far
all,
as
like,
I
more
believe,
pumped
if
about
you
it
are
now.
going to the ceremony, you are going to get mentioned. You're going to
like-
get something.
But like you were a chef in it, like couldn't you check with your friends and be like, "Hey, is this like what the deal is?" Or,
in
like,
LA?
Yeah.
No, we don't like each other. We don't talk to each other.
Okay.
Honestly, chefs are not friends in
Great.
LA. Like
Fun.
unless you're like the top dog and you're part of that community of the top dogs, you are
So
not.
you couldn't even like ask them a question like that.
No, no
Wow,
one.
that's
Well,
rough.
like the ones that are winning Michelin stars in LA, I don't even know because it's just the city is too
Yeah,
big.
it's giant.
I can text a few here in Austin that have won, and like we're small, we know each other, so it's a weird thing. Like I do know that people talk from Austin to people in LA and San Francisco, and they got information that relayed back to us. But the first year, nobody said anything. Everyone was way too nervous to say anything because you don't want to be like, watch the Michelin ceremony, blah, 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 and then you're not on it. It's like getting cut, like,
Yeah.
where were you? I was like, I was there, but we didn't get anything. So everyone was very, very nervous about it until after. But I was very, very, very proud to be part of Austin's community because we were fun. We like, a lot of it was just like, walking in the ceremony like, hey, you're here too, like fucking let's go,
Yeah.
because nobody knew ahead of time.
Yeah.
It's a weird system, but
I've also heard, I mean, again, I have no idea how this works, but I've heard theoretically that you have to have 1 Michelin star to get 2. So like it's, but I have heard that also like disproven, but I've
I
heard
don't
that's like
think
a
so.
A
general rule.
laddered system.
I think like let's take Naka. I think they got 2 right away.
I know there have been exceptions.
Yeah.
But someone that I talked to was like, that is the general rule.
Okay, so
I don't know.
do you think anyone in Texas bumps up to 2?
I mean, the problem is Austin is such a casual city.
Yeah.
Like if you were thinking about Michelin from like, again, like a white tablecloth, like 5 forks,
Yeah.
like setting, that's not Austin. You know, like I think those kind of restaurants
in
wouldn't.
Texas.
Does it have
Yeah,
to
I
be
know.
white table? Because you have all these Asian places, like you said, the cheapest.
But they're like
That
one
don't
star.
have 2 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 2 stars.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I think in Austin, no, I don't think there's anybody who's 2 stars.
I don't
like,
think anyone's getting 2.
like maybe Barley Swine or Hestia, but like no one else.
I have not been back to them since they got their stars. I need to go back. I don't know. I've been to 2 stars. I've been to 1s. I've been to 3s. It's a tough thing to say, but you know, we'll find out in a week.
So you need to go to Houston again.
And try their food. There's so many places in Houston.
I mean,
I
the
want to
thing
try.
is, Houston has like oil money basically, so they have like very fancy restaurants. So like, I do think it's possible, like in Houston, that there's. Okay.
Who would get
if
it?
I'm being very snobby, I will say Houston. Okay, so Dallas has fancy restaurants, but they don't necessarily always have the quality of food to get to 2 stars. Whereas Houston, I feel like probably has the quality of food and the fanciness.
Okay.
Who's gonna get it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I'm too poor to go to those restaurants. But
You work 2 jobs, but you have a kid, actually. Kids are expensive.
yeah, you have no idea.
I don't, actually. I would love to dive into that, how expensive a kid is, because it must be going up and up. Can you chat GPT how much a kid costs? Oh, just you don't even have to
Yeah.
chat GPT do that.
I mean, daycare is $1,500 a month,
Daycare. And how often do they take your kid?
5 days a week from 9 to 5, basically.
Okay.
But
And that's 'cause
every
that's
month.
when you're working.
So that's like in addition to like my mortgage, right? Is like another like $1,500.
Yeah.
It's the same as a lot of people's mortgages.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, but let's talk into this then. So
Okay.
a child is obviously very expensive.
Yes.
You decided to do it on your own.
I know. I was so foolish.
Where did that come from? Because let me give a preference on why I'm interested in this. Is because Austin dating, obviously.
Amazing.
There's a lot.
Flawless.
The best.
No problem.
So easy.
Best. I have considered that in some points of my life where I was like, if I don't have a partner that wants to have a kid, or if I don't find a partner and this and that, would I adopt a child? And you know, that's crossed my mind plenty of times. So where did that hit you? Where did you cross that?
So I had kind of a weird path to come to it. And not that weird, but so I'm an only child, so I'm kind of like the last of my family. And kind of the way that I was thinking of it is like basically like when my parents pass, like I will not have a family anymore, you know, because like I do have like cousins, but like they live across the country and I'm not super close to them. And yeah, so I was kind of thinking about this in like a continuation of my family sort of sense. And when I was 34, I was single and I was like, yeah, I guess like let's start doing so it's also not even adoption. Like it's not just like okay, yeah, let me pick up a kid, you know, whatever. Like you have to do all these tests and shit. And so I started doing the test process when I was 34. And in the middle of that process, I actually met someone. This was actually June 2020, so it was during the pandemic, which was very exciting. Our first date was we went on a long walk outside. But so we got together and like he was super great and we dated for, you know, but that was a super weird conversation to have like, you know, 3 months into the relationship being like, hey, so I was in the process of having a kid on my own. Like, how do you feel about having kids?
Yeah.
Do you want to have them in like the
Do you want to be the one?
No, yeah. Well, not like that, but like, and so he was like, his response was basically like, well, you know, I don't know if I want to have kids, but I really like you. So like, let's see where this goes.
Well, that's not.
Oh no, that's a trap.
Well, he just said, I don't know if I want to have kids. He's
Okay,
like,
yeah.
I'm literally not sure. So like, but I really like you. So like, let's see where this goes. And, you know, 6 months in, I was kind of like, okay, so like, where are you? Have you thought about this more? And he's like, not really. I still don't know. And so I was like, okay, how would you feel about going to like couples counseling? So we did like a couple months of couples counseling together and There was just, we actually broke up in the middle of a session, which was very
No
exciting.
way.
Yeah. So like he, like I just kind of, the impression that I got, he's a great person. Like, but the impression that I got was just kind of, he wasn't going to be able to make up his mind on like the timeline that I was on. And that's totally fair.
Yeah.
Like even when I was talking to him, I was like, I realized this is an insane thing to ask you, but this is where I'm at.
Yeah.
And so we broke up, and 24 hours later, I bought some sperm online and like had an appointment at my, because like I was ready to go.
Online?
Like I had all my, that's where do you think you buy sperm? Like,
Oh no, I don't know. I don't know why
didn't
my
get it
head
from
went to like
Dark
eBay or some
alleyway.
shit.
Yeah, no.
You're transferring like, you know.
there are,
You had someone lined up. Sorry, you didn't just like check out the cart. Sorry, my head went somewhere.
there
completely
are
different.
Facebook groups for that,
Oh, I
and
bet.
I find that so creepy. Like there's Facebook
They
groups
show
where-
a picture of the donor and they be like, "Get my sperm."
Okay, so what's really weird about this situation is actually most of the websites will only show you pictures of the donor as a child. So you're like
Interesting.
looking at children and being like, give me that sperm.
Interesting, and that's
But-
what you did.
So the one that don't make it sound creepy. So the site that I actually bought from, if you sign up for like, you get a 30-day trial of like their pro account, so you can see pictures of them as an adult. So I did, but I think my donor was like in college when he donated. So I mean, adult, he was like 20.
Yeah,
That's great. Cause
But-
I mean that's so
young
far from an
and
adult
not-
nowadays.
Yeah. But yeah, so I chose my donor, and then actually I had to do 3 rounds. So there's different paths to have a child on your own, or different levels of fertility help, I guess. So the first step is IUI, which is basically like the turkey baster method, like fancier because it's in a doctor's office. But yeah. So I did that 3 times, and that basically has the same amount of working as like sex, like slightly more. And that didn't work. So then I did IVF, and I did that with a different donor, and the first try worked. And
Oh, really?
I actually have
So different donor though. Okay.
Yeah.
How
and
is that moving from one that you have your mindset on someone on
but
this?
it hadn't worked 3 times, right? So I was
So
just
it
kind
was
of like,
probably that
I was just like, let's do something different, like whatever.
and a different person. Oh wow.
Yeah. And I do have to say, like, as a writer, the thing that like I liked best about my donor was his essay. They have to write essays. But there's all sorts of
Huge.
things. Like his essay was
Absolutely.
so cute.
Wait, what
'cause,
did
like,
they get out of it?
$150.
I wouldn't write an essay for $150 about anything.
The chance to father more children. I mean, ask Elon Musk what he got out of it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, okay, wait. So they have let me we're gonna cut back to this. But have you watched Our Father?
No.
They-
Is that the one where it's like one person who
The
had
the
like,
doctor,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he uses his own semen
Yeah,
to
yeah.
impregnate.
So that's like an
all-
ego trip, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he apparently he never went to jail or anything. He never did anything illegal. So, but okay. So, as a donor, you have to write an essay on, like your.
Okay.
Tell me some highlights of his essay that you remember.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of other people's essays were kind of like
I need
Point-
$150.
they were pointless to me. Like it was just kind of like I don't know, here's my life. Like here's my like I have a brother, like I love my
I like how
job,
you make
like, I
the
don't know.
voice like I'm a low life in like garage and just.
Not like no, it's not. I don't think it's even like that. It's because
It's
But-
unimaginative. It's not,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a writer.
it's not like it's not anybody who has like done any kind of self-examination.
Absolutely.
So like what I liked about my donor's essay was it was basically like, hey, I'm not going to get to know you because I have an anonymous donor, but which is just point.
Yeah.
Like I didn't choose either way. It was just like I liked him and he was anonymous. But it was like, here's what I would like the wisdom that I would want to impart to you, like for you to grow up with. Which I thought was, and like all of the things that
Whoa.
he said was like very like nice.
So
Like it was
insightful.
like, you know, be curious and like, you know, family is really important. And like the one that I will hate him forever for is like, nobody ever said on their deathbed, like, I wish I got more sleep. And I'm like, I have
Yeah.
a 4-month-old. Like, I wish I got more sleep.
Dang.
But yeah, it was just like very like it showed a lot of like maturity and intelligence, and like I thought it was really like I was like this feels good to me.
Nice.
And for someone that young, that
Yeah, exactly.
So you
insightful
picked
is
the 20-year-old.
I did, yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
$150
Well,
to buy
I had
some.
success with the 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And so the other,
Well, when's the sperm the strongest in a male?
Around that age.
Around 20?
If you're in your 40s and like late
Yeah.
30s, it really declines, and there's a lot
yeah,
of
it starts
issues with
declining for men
pregnancy.
starting 38.
Yeah.
Have one more year. Let's go.
But yeah, it's just it's such a weird process. Oh, and the other thing is there's all sorts of things that like you don't think about that you care about in somebody that you get. So like for example, one sperm bank will let you hear like clips of the donor answering questions. And this one guy had like was like 6 feet tall, green eyes, had a master's degree, and I like clicked his voice, and he sounded like the dork from The Simpsons, like the scientist. And I was
my
just like,
God.
absolutely,
God.
yeah.
That's the one. That's the one.
I was like, no, we're done. Like, absolutely not.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
But he's tall, no better.
and a master's degree, but actually, so like from what I understand, the like donor screening process is kind of intense.
Really?
So like,
Good.
yeah, like they want you to have a bachelor's degree.
Awesome.
And also the physical process of it is gross. Like I think, not gross, but like intense. Like I think you have to donate like a certain number of times.
Of ounces.
No, a certain number of like
Okay.
times, but you like can't have sex or something like in between those times. So like
You
it's
have to
it's
build
like
up your.
it's actually like
For
pretty
$150
each time. Yeah.
each
makes
time someone
sense for-
accepts your sperm.
No, each time you donate, you get $150. I mean, it might be more now.
I can be sorry.
And they sell it for $1,500, so it's a markup.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah.
Wrong.
And it's also
business.
and it's also like it's just crazy. Like I remember seeing somebody who was like, it's a whole thing. Because also like it's not really like a regulated industry.
Yeah.
So like I
It's
actually
not a regulated. This sounds like it should be a
Yeah.
very highly regulated industry.
yeah. But so like there's technically not like a limit on like how many children you can or how many
times.
how many families you can create from how many times you can donate, how many different banks you can donate to.
Interesting.
So like that's why you have like these super sperm people who like father like 99 children or whatever. But it's also weird because so many people I know have found their like other like donor siblings, and I haven't found any of.
Oh, that's
Really?
good.
Ones, which is weird.
Don't even look into it. Right?
Well, it's weird. It's just one of those things. Like it's so weird because it's like, do I care about who this donor was? Like, do I care about who his siblings are? Like, I don't know. I have like
No, it's your kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
Can you imagine? So let me say this: set price $1,500
per vial.
per vial. Do you think there will ever be a time where there's premium?
There is premium.
Oh, there is.
Yeah. So it's
So you can be
it's-
like, oh, if you want the 510, it's this much.
Yes,
But if you
so
want
that's
the
why
6'2",
that's why I got my donor is because like so if
No.
most people set their height at 6 feet or higher,
they're
and
more expensive.
not that they're okay. Yeah, it just goes faster, you know.
Okay.
So like it was like there was just wasn't anybody who's 6 feet tall that I liked, and so I set it at 5'11", and then this whole new world opened up to me. Like it was like so many
Well, you
more
know, all the
donors.
6 feeters are really 5'11" lying about me.
Yeah. Yeah. So my donor was 5'11". He was great.
Wow. Okay, so it's wild that everyone just wants. Well, I mean, it makes sense. If you get to pick and choose, you would pick.
Yeah. I mean, look at the abs. So
Seriously.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's not talk about dating apps in Austin. That's
Yeah.
a terrible, funny thing, actually. No, but okay, so that's wild to learn about this because I never knew that the process of it.
But so what I was going to say earlier when you were talking about like premium sperm.
Yeah.
So I remember there was this guy who was like Brazilian and he had blue eyes and he had a master's degree and he was like 6'4" and he also like limited his family size. So like some donors can be like, I'm only going to donate 2 times and like that's it. So that's the supply. And his sperm was like, I genuinely want to say like $2,400 a vial, and it sold out same day.
No shit.
Yeah.
So it
Like,
is
by
like
the- like-
just someone like has
Yeah.
alerts and like
you get emails. You get emails every time there's new sperm donors, and those emails are crazy. First of all, but like, I remember getting that email and being like, what? And like clicking, and it was like sold out.
Do you get the emails from an outsider source? And
It's
then
from the
it's
sperm
from
bank.
the
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
And then
wild. That can also hurt someone's feelings. Like, no one's buying sperm.
And what's interesting about my donor is I'm actually pretty sure the last time he donated was like 2013.
Oh wow.
So
Wait.
that's the last time he updated his like medical records.
They freeze it? And
Yeah.
Okay.
So the other thing is you can like buy multiple vials, and I don't know how interesting this is to anybody.
I'm very interested,
You can
actually.
buy like, so like, for example, like if you're doing like when I started this process, they were like, yeah, buy like 2 vials. But some people are like, I'm going to have multiple kids, so I'm going to buy 8 vials, you know, or whatever, which is a crazy cost
From the same
upfront.
donor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then after
And there's a
certain-
chance it just doesn't work.
yeah. And after a certain time, if you don't use it, you can be like say you were like, I'm going to have 3 kids, and then you had one and you were like, I'm going to have 1 kid.
Then you have this sperm.
Yeah, but you can return it. So it's stored at the sperm bank and it's like reserved in your name. If you get it shipped to your sperm bank, then it's done.
Okay.
But if it's still stored there, you can just return it back
Same
to
cost? Or is it like a car?
It's like a car.
Where it's gonna lose its
so
value.
you get like, I think like 50% back
Okay,
or
yeah,
something
so-
like that. But so I think that's what happened with my donor, because he like all of a sudden had this.
You
like,
got a returned sperm?
maybe.
Well,
It works.
I hope you got that discount. It worked. Here we are.
No, I don't get a discount. Just the people.
No,
who,
but
yeah.
you got the refurbished. Sorry, is that the wrong word? Sorry.
Yeah, that's the right word.
No, that's so cool to think about. Actually, I don't know any of this stuff. I will say something really funny, and then we're gonna cut into more Michelin stuff.
Yes, please.
But I was talking to my buddy, and we play fantasy football, and he said that he read about there's punishments that if you get last place for fantasy, that you have to go do something, be like a tattoo. You have to go stand on the street and say, I suck at football, blah, 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 blah. And he read about one that I was like, oh my gosh, this made me think about you, where it said, if you get last place in this year's fantasy football, you have to donate sperm, and you
And write
have
an
to
essay.
you have to write an essay. I guess I just learned about the essay, but you have to check that it's okay to contact you like at 18 or something like that.
Oh,
It's like the
man.
long run. Anyway,
Yeah, it's like crazy.
but he was telling me all these gambling things that were wild. He's like, oh, people are now gambling on the gambling phone. You know, if you have like, there's all this stuff is like, if you have trouble with gambling, if you have a gambling problem, call this hotline. People are gambling on calling the hotline. Be like, oh, is it going to be a woman or a man? Or how many rings does it take for them to answer? Or how long can you keep them on the phone? Over or under 5 minutes? And it's like people are gambling on calling the gambling
That is a
site.
sign you have a problem.
Anyways, life is funny.
Before we move on to the Michelin thing again, in hindsight, is there something in terms of like why you did it? I think most women will totally get it. That's not, what I'm curious about. I'm curious about once you did do it, what are things that if someone else wanted to do that, like a woman, that you should have in place? Like there are things that you say like, oh, you definitely should, if your finances should be ordered, make sure you have a support system, ideally parents or friends or something. What is something where you were like, ugh, I wish I knew this, make sure you have this if you're going that route.
I mean, I think the most important thing is a support system. Yeah, so like
Absolutely.
I signed up for this thing that Austin has called PIP, which is Partners in Parenting. And it pairs, it puts you in a group with like, I think there's 6 total families that have kids who are the same age. And
So it's like a pod.
yeah,
that's
and it's
awesome.
so perfect. Like I'm friends with all of these people. We all hang out
amazing.
like at least every month. Like, and it's like we just like having those people who are going through the same shit as you at the same time is like so critical. But like I feel bad because like before, like even when I was pregnant, like it was important to me to know like other single mothers by choice. And there are a bunch of resources like my friend Katie has a podcast called The Single Greatest Choice that like was very helpful for me in terms of like validation. And like she has a lot of like resources in terms of like here's what, like she talks to a financial planner and like here's what you need to have, whatever. But since having a child, like I don't see those people as often because they're like me and like
Swamped.
they're busy. Yeah, like
Totally
it's like
swamped.
like it's just hard to get together, you know? So like having people whose children are the same age and like that you can hang out with and go through all the like milestones with together was very helpful for me.
Nice.
Is PIP just Austin centric, or
I think it started in Seattle, but I think it like this one specifically was an Austin
Okay.
program, but hopefully there's stuff like this elsewhere because it's got
That's
sense
awesome.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great question. Thanks for asking. Actually,
Back to
we
Michelin.
forget that people are going to watch this and listen to this, and they should know these things. Who do you think? Let's make some predictions. Who do you think will be the new stars of Austin?
And this is going in blind, right? Because there's no pre-lists.
I don't know anything.
Okay.
Again, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did Commodore get a recommended?
I think they got it recommended.
Okay.
Can you check that?
Oh, so what's a recommended?
Yeah, there's stars and then there's recommended, which is like one just as good as stars.
Stop it.
And then there's kind of bib gourmands, which are like kind of the less expensive spots. Which my question is, how do they decide what's a bib gourmand and what's a star? That's
Well,
crazy.
bib is this is another thing. Is bib is supposed to be a value dinner, a value
okay.
meal. So it's not value meal, but something that is not supposed to be like over $100. You're not going to spend a lot of money. So bibs you'll see on food trucks. You'll see a lot of things. And there is a restaurant that got a bib, and everyone was very confused about. Actually,
Oh, which one is it?
it's Emmer and Rye, which
They got a bib gourmet.
I think they got a bib. Which
Your birdies is in here.
Yeah.
Birdies is recommended.
Yeah.
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 But I think they got a bib, and everyone
That's
was very
insane.
confused about that because they're fine dining,
Yeah.
but bibs are typically supposed to be the lower.
Yeah, I was trying to like memorize
Price.
who
So
everybody
one
was.
apartment 115.
Yeah, let me-
Birdies,
I'll
Commodore.
pull up this list. Let's see. Okay, so wait, do you think Commodore?
I think that's like a possibility. I get like
Here. Here's the list.
yeah, let's put it
Here, I
up
got
on
it.
the
We'll just pull it up on Michelin. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Did they get a bib? That's insane.
Okay, let's see.
No one's getting 3 stars. Let's put that.
Well,
out
no
there.
one's getting 3 stars. No, I think even only America has.
Yeah,
like
that's
4.
insane. Why did they get a bib gourmand?
Which is the first?
and Franklin.
Franklin got a bib too.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so yeah, we
And
have the
Nixa.
recommended.
Yeah, like what's the difference between bib and recommended?
Well, yeah, that's bib. It means you're a lower priced restaurant
But
typically.
is recommended like more prestigious?
No, it just means that there's no kind of restrictions on it, so it could be a fine dining.
Yeah, because
it
like
could be less.
Joe's is recommended. but
Yeah,
it's
there's
not
no
a bib.
restrictions on recommended, but
This is weird. I don't know.
bibs means it's a good value for your money. I think.
Yeah. Oh, another. I know you asked me earlier. What's an underrated place? Garrison. Freaking.
I have not been to
so
Garrison.
Good. Like upsettingly good.
Really.
Okay. Yeah. If I'm looking at this, okay. So I would think Estee would maybe either get recommended or a star.
I think SA is on the recommended list. I
Okay.
think,
Good. Yeah. It should be.
But no, I
Yeah. Okay. It's on recommended. Possibility for a star. I would say.
first star.
Yeah.
I hope he has something. I love his restaurants so much. Is Sorte? Oh, Sorte and Estee are both recommended.
Yeah. I feel like Estee's like nicer.
Yeah. But I fucking love Sorte.
Oh, I fucking love Estee. So we're
I love
on
both.
opposite ends here.
I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah. I mean, they're both
both.
good. Don't get me wrong.
I freaking love Sorte.
Yeah, I honestly feel like it might stay pretty static. Like though, because the restaurant that I would think another restaurant that I feel like got robbed is Erin Russell. So yeah, I think they should.
I
have
think
had a
they
star.
will get something.
Yeah.
I think they'll get something this
Well,
year.
they got a I guess
They got the green
gourmand,
star.
and they got a green star.
Yeah.
and Daidue also got that, which is
yeah,
awesome.
which is so cool.
Yeah, maybe Daidue will get a star. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a black box, I feel like, for what they're looking for that it's hard to imagine. And I'm trying to think of anything that's like open to this year that's like super exciting, and I can't.
I went to a restaurant that I actually really liked. Have you been to Le Calamar?
Yes.
Which I thought it was good. I thought that was good.
Yeah, it was good. Maybe they'll get like a recommended or a bib gourmand.
I think they'll get something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping track of what's been opening. You want to talk about openings?
I mean,
I know you were excited to talk about this, so we're going to talk about this restaurant opening, which I ate at last night.
Oh, which one?
Who
Fish
do tell?
I actually haven't been there yet.
You haven't
I know
been?
I did that whole like profile on them, but I haven't been there yet. They're super nice. I mean, I loved talking with them. They seem great. But
we know what happened, and I was watching like.
We were all
There's some
all
insider
I
stuff that
was,
I'm like, what's happening
I was
here?
like, let's see, because I can play devil's advocate. I can be on both sides. I think I understand influencer life, and I understand the restaurant life. So let's get your thoughts on it. Okay, for those who don't know,
I don't.
there was a huge, well, I don't know how huge it was, but it was something to talk about, that there was a argument and fight that happened on Instagram between a influencer and a new restaurant that was opening. Now, from my understanding,
and
you
this
can
is the
correct me if I'm
second
wrong,
one, for the record. This is not the first time this has happened.
but not different influencer,
Different restaurant.
different restaurant, different influencer.
But still Asian woman.
So, so basically what happened was they had a soft opening, and there was some feedback that was posted publicly online about their soft opening, and there were some words exchanged between that influencer and that business owner that led to a much bigger deal than it kind of should have.
I mean, I think it was just generally like drama. Like people will be like, ooh.
Is that like
I
PR?
think,
Any PR is like...
oh, no,
good
PR in this situation is like, please bury me. Like, I don't want any of the part of this. But, and then also just to be clear, so the same situation happened with Guest House and another very famous Austin influencer, Taste of Coco. And so when they did their soft opening, she went there and she had a horrible experience and she posted about it. And then the restaurant basically was like, we'll take her down.
Oh, no.
And so then like
Well,
there
it was a
this,
soft opening.
yeah, there was this huge like backlash against like her and people being like, she's entitled, like blah, blah, blah. And like, I think there was less of the like backlash against Austin Food Adventures. She is kind of like a Reddit darling. Like people seem to really like her. I don't know her personally,
Well,
I have to say.
I think what helps is she's not a personality.
Yeah, she's
nobody
a camera.
knows what she looks like.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm listening. I'm so ready for this.
I think it's interesting that she won the Austin Chronicles like Best Food Writer Award last year.
Let's get into this.
What does she write?
Nothing.
Instagram captions?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
She won. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she beat Odom. She beat Nikolai from The Infatuation.
Really?
Yeah. And like I don't know. Like,
And you.
I wasn't even
Okay,
nominated.
but
That's
still.
fine. But like it's because Nadia left, so there's like this huge vacuum.
Yeah.
Like, she's won
Yeah.
for like 10 years in a row.
Yeah.
But like I do think people like respect her, and like it's not like what she does is bad, but like I don't think what she does is like food writing. Like, do you have an editor? Like, does anybody sit there and tell you like how to make this better?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
anyway.
That is actually interesting to think about.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's just part of the whole like, what does media look like these days? Like,
Yeah.
What is a food writer? I don't know.
But
it's
Austin
also-
Chronicle did that?
Yeah, but it's also weird because they have a separate category that's like, best influencer or whatever. So it's like, yeah, like.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Anyway, she does have a website.
Okay, I'm not gone there, but no.
Yeah,
but
nobody has. That's the thing.
Let's talk about this, because there is a difference between we'll cut back to where we started this. There's a difference between a critic and a influencer.
But there's also, I mean, it's a whole, and I think this is one of the things that I said I am interested in, and I'm interested in it because I don't think there's like a real right answer. And I do like you, I understand it from like the chef's point of view. Like I understand like this is your baby, and like someone who takes great Instagram pictures is saying like, I don't like your food, and they're saying it to like 45,000
During
people.
a soft opening.
Yeah, and you're just like, like what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
but, I can also understand, like having a bad experience and being like, this experience was like so bad that like, I don't want to tell people to go there.
Yeah.
But so I just kind of feel like,
Well,
it's almost like if you don't have an official platform, like The Infatuation, like Texas Monthly, like something else, people are not respectful of like your negative opinion, I think.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, when I think about it, the versus the critics, nobody knows the other end of influencers on what's paid and what's not, and or who's giving free meals and who's this. So I think that is a lot of gray area when some influencers would be nobody knows. Didn't get paid to go check out this restaurant,
yeah.
and whatnot. But
Yeah. Probably like 90% of the time it's either free or they got.
well, yeah, exactly. That's why influencer versus food writer, food critic. How do you feel about the conflict that happened between both of them?
I mean, I think both sides had kind of valid points, but I don't think I think the fish shop shouldn't have responded.
No.
Like, I think that's the thing is I think if an influencer gives you like, and I know that they regret that. So like,
100%.
in the profile that I had like one sentence that was like, you have to say it like this happened. And, they were like, we feel so bad about that. Like, we wish it hadn't happened, blah, blah, blah. But like, I think, at the same time, like I think it can probably be very hard as a chef to like not respond because, you want to defend your baby. Like you want to defend your work. But I think like, so yeah, I would love to someday talk to somebody in PR to be like, what is the proper response? Or I think it's something like, hey, I'm sorry you had a bad experience. I would love to have you back in it at another point. And,
That is what that is what I kind of do. It's hard to drop your ego, especially as a chef. We have very, very large egos. We put a lot of work into what we do. And for somebody who has just a following because they post something or they take pictures of it to bash what we do, and we can take that personally. Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
But you can also take that differently, as you can take it as criticism. You can take it as advice. Like, what motivates you? I asked this question. What motivates you as a person? Is it people clapping, saying good job? Or is it somebody that's doubting you? Like, what makes you want to succeed? Is it somebody who's going to be like, yeah, you got this? Or is it someone like, that person ain't got shit? And then you want to prove people wrong. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different things that when I get something like that, I think about it very, very deeply when I get feedback. For example, I had somebody, we start dinners at 6:00. First dinner's at 6:00.
Way too early for dinner.
But this is what happened. So we had somebody in here, and that was, we got a review because somebody was running late. And we're always like, okay, give it a little leeway, maybe like 6:05, 6:08, whatever, and then we'll start. And then I got a feedback later of somebody that said, hey, if you say to show up at 5:45 and we show up at 5:45 and the dinner starts at 6, we shouldn't really get punished for somebody else not planning ahead of time. And we felt like we kind of did because we didn't start the dinner till 6:15. So that makes it almost 30, 40 minutes that we were waiting for these other people. So that's not fair for us, because then it cut into our dinner time and being in the room because we had to wait out there for another 10 minutes when we were on time. Why is that? And I took that to heart and I made that change right away. I was like, thank you for that, blah, blah, blah. And I changed it right away. I was like, hey, from now on, I grabbed my team. I was like, from now on, 6:00 every time. Everything you made sense. But you got to take the ego out of it. You know, a lot of chefs are hard headed and they're like, I'm this and this is what works and this is how I do it. But with everyone's voice nowadays, I think that's a very delicate subject to touch publicly.
And
Example, Exhibit A. What happened with all that?
And I mean, again, just that's not like, it's just not even close to the only time. Like, I know there's been other, like, social media incidents, and it's just, I don't know. It's got to be so, and I feel like I just feel like probably from their perspective, you're like, you don't even know what you're talking about. But like, I don't, it's hard. It's so hard to have one bad experience and then like be like,
Yeah,
that's it. This is what I'm sharing.
Yeah. Well, one of the things is who qualifies people to.
Who qualifies anybody to be a food critic either?
Yeah.
Like I don't have any special qualifications.
Really?
No, I've not. Like I said, I've
You
never
just
worked
eat.
in a restaurant.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I would be a great food critic. Back in LA, we had a food critic that would make or break your restaurant, and we were all scared of him.
Which
it was
one?
Jonathan Gold.
Yeah.
And we had this is why I say I should probably have pictures of people, but they won't break you anymore like as Jonathan Gold could, because he would rate your restaurant one time and then you're done. But we would have a picture of him.
It is also, so I will say food critics, different than influencers, will visit your restaurant like a minimum of 3 to 4 times and be like I know that's the infatuations policy. Is like, we will go this many times and it has to be this far out after opening to be like, this is my fair assessment of it, which I think is fair.
I think that is totally fair, 100%.
And I think that's something Austin Food Adventures said is like,
I will come back again and try it.
No, I don't think she said
that.
I don't know if she said that.
Maybe I saw that later.
But like, I think she said, to give them credit, this was their soft opening. And like, I usually don't rate somebody based on their soft opening or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a delicate situation. It's a delicate things that with social media just makes it very hard. Like chefs are not used to that world. I had to adapt, and I do my social media, I do all this stuff, but especially someone opening up their restaurant, they're dealing with 1,000 other things, and then you get this person who has 200,000 followers being like, and then it's like, fuck, here's one more thing I gotta add to my list.
Yeah, exactly. And like I think about that a lot, is like, what were the responsibilities of somebody who had a restaurant like 30 years ago, and how different are they from
1,000,000%
today? Like, you didn't even have to, like, Instagram didn't exist 30 years ago. Like
how did people find out about
you? Like, you just made food?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that was all you had to do?
Exactly. Exactly. Now I have to have this presence, and I love it. Like, I have to be in shape. I don't have to, but I have to be presentable. Because I'm in front of people.
Well, because you're taking pictures with a Diplo, so you have to like look good next.
But every day, it's become a curtain call. Every day becomes like, I have to make sure I look presentable and look okay. I have to clean shaven. I'm not back at the house anymore. I can't come to work hungover like I used to. There are times where I would dim the fucking lights in the kitchen because I just can't do it. Like I couldn't do it, and I was like, don't look at me. I look like shit. Sometimes, like one time I went to work so hungover in LA that I walked through the kitchen, said hi to everybody, straight to the office, and I napped for 4 hours.
Jesus Christ.
And then the owner comes in and he's like, can you just get the fuck out of here? Like, go home.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a Saturday night. He's like, yeah, but you're not doing anything. It's like,
you can
yeah,
be replaced
okay.
by
I was like,
AI
I
in this
get
situation.
that. Yeah, I was like, I get that. But we can't do that anymore. Like, I can't do that. That's the thing about Omakase Chefs that we talked about in the article. Like, I don't have that privilege of hiding behind a kitchen anymore. And I think that's a lot of work, and I think people appreciate that too, because I am in front of people. I'm forward facing. Now, instead of just making the food, I have to worry about my appearance and my mannerism and my
how much pop culture you know. Yeah.
Welcome to a woman's world.
Exactly. it's wild. Yeah. I get free drinks for it. So people buy me drinks all the time. So it works. I was like, oh, this is how it works.
Yeah.
But no, we are about to hit the time. But I have some stuff that we should try.
Okay,
And it's not too bad. It's not. Don't be scared, because I brought it back from Japan. Now I went to Miyazaki, where they have some really famous these are not famous, but I always bring stuff back from Japan. And this is one of their snacks that they told me that, oh, as a kid, we always ate this and this is great. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like balut is one of those things that kids eat. And I experienced that. Have you ever had balut?
Hell no.
Fuck. I should damn it. Should have got it for this one. Anyways, I brought these.
I draw the line at like crunchy baby duck.
Okay, duck. Okay, because these are crunchy baby things.
Well, they're fish, right?
They're fish.
Yeah.
But like, let's see.
They don't have souls.
Here,
That's fine.
like, grab. They don't have souls? Fish have souls?
They feel.
But anyways, they said that these were really good. And then like they're like whole fishes and they have eyeballs.
Great.
I don't know what else is in here.
Okay.
It's in Japanese.
Can I tell you one really quick story?
Yeah.
So one time, my best friend is half Thai, half Taiwanese. And we went out to some restaurant in LA where like there was some chef who like escaped from China, like was like very famous chef in China, and then like came to the United States and like had this room, and you like walk in and it's just like all these fish tanks, but then you go in and it's just this huge like ballroom, like very fancy, whatever. And one of the things they brought us was just like, here is a whole fish that has been like grilled or whatever. And it was like the last course that we had. And I was sitting between her brother and her cousin. And I guess eating the fish eyeball is like a kind of an honor.
Absolutely.
So
If you're
we had
white.
like a, well, they were both Asian.
Okay.
So
yeah, exactly.
they were passing the fish to each other to be like, oh, you eat the eyeball. No,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
eat the blah, blah. But it was like passing in front of me. And I was just like, oh.
You're just watching as they go
Someone
back
eat
and
the
forth.
eyeball.
I mean,
I
look
don't
at
know.
these eyeballs are not. Did you get one with
Hey,
a head?
pass me.
Of course I got one with a
try.
head. Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, you got only a head.
Is the better part? Okay.
get a
You got
whole one.
only a
There you
head.
go.
I don't know how this works.
I mean,
I
I'm
wonder
not-
if she was kind of.
Is this gonna disqualify me from being a food? Okay. Is this has no head? Do I have to eat them together?
here, have this one. This one's great.
Oh, good.
I'll grab one of these. But we started off easy because I didn't want it to get too crazy. Like blue can be later for any future guest. But this is apparently one of their childhood snacks. And it smells fishy.
Wow, I wonder why.
You get one?
No.
Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
But I know you have two.
That tastes like seaweed. Like it just tastes like fish.
I know, fishy seaweed.
Oh, I love it.
You seem like you don't love it.
It's got a sweetness to it now.
Yeah, it's like weirdly sweet.
Yeah.
It's briny. It's crunchy. My mom's culture has these tiny dried shrimp that they grind up and make things out of. So it kind of reminds me of that.
Please tell me this is
It's not
durian.
bad. As a
delicious.
childhood dish, though, I don't know how far that takes me. I brought back this other thing from Japan, too. The packaging looks great. It's like potatoes with butter.
I'm afraid though.
Why?
Potato.
The first one was fish.
No, this is a potato. Look
Okay.
at that.
Okay.
Right here, have one. I don't know. I like
Oh,
to bring
these look
back.
good.
I like to bring back snacks from
Oh,
Japan.
yeah, this is like
it's like a French fry.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. These are good.
That's like honey butter potato.
Those are good.
So at Eater, we did this one time where we had a snack exchange. So you just like randomly drew someone's name and you sent that person like a box of snacks.
Ooh, that's fun.
And somebody sent me a box, like probably like 18 by 8 inches, like full of just Asian snacks. So it was like all these different like potato chips flavors, like all this like Pocky stuff. I was like, this is crazy. Especially since our limit was $20. I was like, how did this happen?
Oh shit. But these are good.
Yeah, I'm down with the potato sticks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the fish.
I love this.
This is the easy one. It's gonna get harder. I thought I'll take it easy on you.
Okay, but if you
Found
were taking
myself.
easy on me, you would start with the.
No.
I don't hate the fish. Like it doesn't.
You have another one that you can eat.
Oh, good. It's not what I would choose to like snack on, but it's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, me neither. It's pretty not.
Angelique's all over it.
yeah, like almonds. I can eat anything, honestly.
All right.
I'm like,
so-
bring on this challenge, saying, let's see if I'll get grossed out.
When did
One of
you
these
go to
episodes.
Japan last?
April. I go every like March or April every year.
Not like Michael at Suke Dome who goes every other week or whatever.
I would never do that.
Have you been to Suke Dome?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, again,
We knocked.
wild rumors, but I heard that like even Michelin couldn't get in to see him, so like that's why he's not on there.
Cannot confirm or deny it. I don't know.
Yeah, no one can.
Nobody knows.
But that's one that that would get either a star or recommended if they can get in.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing. I wouldn't know. I don't even know how to comment on that.
Was Red Ash on the list?
I don't think Red Ash got anything. No. And you
Maybe
probably
they
you
also
probably,
couldn't make a reservation.
well, they got in here, so
I wonder if there are local people in Austin now working for Michelin, and we don't know who they are, but you know them.
I would guess that's probably true because I feel like you have to have a local's perspective,
Yeah.
like to
Can't
truly
just
judge like a
outsource
city.
everything.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's not me. So and it's not me. And I don't
Are
know
you
who
sure
it is.
it's not you?
Yeah. I wouldn't have taken this podcast if it was.
it's true.
Yeah.
That
then
would be
you'll throw
wild
off-
if you were.
That throws us off
Then
the
we have
scent,
some words.
though.
No, but okay. Final thing is,
Okay.
I do want to talk. One final thing is, what is your? Wait, did you talk about this? Your favorite bite in Austin? If you got to, like, let's say tonight you got to have any bite in Austin, what would it be?
Birdie's is still doing yellows, right?
They are actually. Are they
Yeah.
open today? I don't think they're open today.
I don't know
but,
on Sundays.
no, but that doesn't matter. But oh my
Yeah.
god, that
Dude,
thing
that fucking
is so good.
Fusilli vodka or whatever that the all the vodka sauce that they have
Yeah.
is insane. Like I would take a bath in it. Like I love it so much. It's so good. I think I would pretty much go to Birdie's any night of the week and be like totally happy.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also kind of like, again, just like the vibe you get in from going in. Like they're so nice. And
They
like,
are so nice.
It's just such a like, even though it is kind of expensive, it's like a place I feel like I can just kind of stop into.
Exactly.
Which I used to do so much more before I had an annoying child. But like at the same time, like if I'm like, you know, am I taking price into factor? Because like I would go to Emma and Rye any night of the week too.
Oh, yeah.
I would go to Conchi. I would have that fucking jerk chicken.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's
So good.
it's so good. Like I think about that probably on like a weekly basis.
Oh, really?
It's amazing.
Oh, so good.
And I think Emma and Rye is like truly, I think they have no misses. Like
Yeah.
Batting 1,000. Like
Yeah.
I have been to I think pretty much all of their restaurants and I have not.
I think they're definitely going to get something. They should get something this year.
I think they deserve something in like for just general like hospitality.
Yeah.
But then if I'm just like, yeah, you know, like what's my like casual like, hey, I need to go. Like I love all day pizza. Like
All day. Okay.
have you been there?
I have been.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. They're good people. Yeah. Well, it's just and it's also 5 minutes from my house. So like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, you heard it here. All Day Pizza is one of the spots to go to. So go check out All Day. Go check out Emma and Rye. Definitely, I recommend all those too. Birdie's
Go-
definitely 100%.
go check out any like Austin, like any restaurant in Austin that's owned by somebody like in Austin. Like, yeah,
Really?
I think.
My spot's owned by someone.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you know, I think it's really important to like support like the people who, you know, work here and help build the restaurant economy.
Of
here.
course.
Yeah.
Here, here.
100%. 100%. And I love that. So, Erin, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
that
you
was so
for
much
having
fun.
me.
I hope that people learned a lot. And I definitely learned a lot. That's really going to be fun. But no, I want to say thank you so much for coming and have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Gotta go to a fire truck festival.
What's that?
I gotta go to a fire truck festival now.